It's Love Week, talking love, commitment, intimacy, dating, everything in it, the what ifs. And if you have your questions ready, your answers, your queries, comments, money, whatever it is, write it down. And tonight in studio, I have Rev J and Monica. They're going to be talking to us about healthy dating. What is it? What is it not? Well, not forgetting that. Oh, yeah? And how do you express your feelings without giving away too much? Or how do you relate in this time without giving away too much, without losing it, without losing yourself in it, without being lost? Well, all the what ifs of dating, healthy, productive dating. First of all, we'll let my guests introduce themselves to us.
Well, good evening, everyone listening. This is Reverend John Musa. I serve at All Saints Cathedral. Well, they call me Rev J. It's good to be on the show tonight. We usually ask the pastor on Saturdays, and well, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here to talk about real stuff.
We're glad to have you.
And I'm Monica. Monica Lacour. I'm glad to be here.
Is Rev J.
Yes,
Is she your girlfriend?
Yeah, girlfriend for a steady girlfriend. No, not just steady girlfriend. She's my wife.
Okay.
We've been married by the grace of God 8 years, and
Wow.
getting into 8 years, and it's when I think about it, it's just like we got married not too long ago. It feels like about 3 years or 2 years for me, but it's been a beautiful 8 years. So I thank God.
Sweet thing, huh? Monica,
Mm-hmm.
is he still your boyfriend?
And then some.
I like that.
There's only a certain far that boyfriends can go, but he's a boyfriend and then some.
See, while I ask boyfriend, girlfriend is because when we get married, we forget the sweet little things, the bubbly things that were fresh while we're still boyfriend, girlfriend, and well, it becomes almost no more things. Well, you're there, I'm here, we're married, so what? I mean, life goes on. So, in other words, you dated. So tonight we want to talk about basically how do I have a healthy date? Have this guy and they've asked me out and well, should I go for coffee? What time? Well, I mean, what should I be doing that? What do we talk about apart from the political rallies and everything else? And Arsenal and Manchester United. What else is there to talk about in this time? What should we be doing? Should I introduce them to my family just because we're dating, we're going out for coffee, or not? Healthy dating tonight. Well, you can reach us on 0414 34 20 20 or 753 104 104 is your SMS line. You could also use our Facebook page. If you happen to be on Facebook, simply type 104.1, leave a space, Power FM in your search engine, and you're on our page. Rev J, Monica, the floor is yours. Take it up.
Thank you.
Okay,
First of all, what is healthy dating or dating?
I think maybe that's a good place to begin. And the question is really, what is dating in the first place? Because I think that until we understand, because we could be talk about two different things.
Sure.
Okay. And I think for me, when I think of dating, what comes to mind is two people who are interested in each other, not just, oh, I know you, but, perhaps attracted to one another and want to get to know each other better. And so you choose to spend time together because you are interested, you are perhaps attracted to one another, and the goal is that the goal really in that point at that point is really to get to know the other person better, and for me that's what I would call dating. The hope would be that in the end, if I get to know you better, that we would hopefully get married. Okay, the goal would be in marriage, not just
For fun.
not just for fun, as some people would. So, dating two people interested in each other, perhaps attracted to one another, and they're saying, "Oh, let's spend time together. Let me get to know you better, get to know me better." Because you know what, in the end, I see my desire is that we'll hopefully get married. So for me, that would be a definition for me of dating, and really, let's have a play of words. Dating is, date. DADE. Set a date.
DATE.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I'm lost. It's setting aside a time. Say, hey, I'm going to spend X time at this time with so and so. Okay, it's like it sounds so methodical. Yeah, that one. Methodology. Okay, let me not go back there. It sounds so, but it's more than just that. It's not just about. It's not just fixing a time and say, okay, it's from 2 to 4, or 2:30 to 2:56.
Go for Bible study.
No, it's more than just that. It is saying, listen, I'm so interested. I'm interested in getting to know you better. So let us spend time together, that I might get to know you better. And so for me, dating is not pointless. She's a cool girl. Let's hang out together. You're missing the point. Okay, you don't just hang out with someone just because they look good, or you don't just. The goal in dating is, let me get to know you better. Because the thing is that, and of course, this is in the context of a relationship. When I know you better, hopefully in my decision of marriage, it's helping me on my decision of marriage. I want to marry. I'm interested in you. I want to get married to you if you're the right person. Now, let me get to know you better. That's the thing. So if I'm not interested in marrying you, if I'm not attracted to you, that's just hanging out. Okay, that's just hanging out. And is there anything wrong with hanging out? No, there's nothing wrong with just hanging out. People hang out, but let's not confuse hanging out with dating. Okay. So those are the thoughts are going through my mind. And so a guy therefore meets a girl. Guy is interested in girl. Guy and girl decide to get to know each other better. Now you can do that in different. You can do it one-on-one. You've heard of one-on-one dating, group dating. And we'll talk about that as we go on. But yeah, so it can be done one-on-one, just the two of you, okay? Or you can bring along some friends on a date, and let's go out because you want to know this person. And I will say this right from the start, that I think that many times when we talk of dating, many people say, it's people have limited it strictly to me and you one-on-one. But I think that only gives a small picture of who the other person is. Because the truth is this: if I'm interested in this girl, and this girl is interested in me, the truth is that when we're outside there, we will try and put our best foot forward.
Mm-hmm. Act.
And I mean, think about it.
Not quite an act, but inevitably you'll show whoever you're going out with your best side.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. If a guy comes and says, we go out on a date, what do? Oh, you shower. You choose the clothes. you make up or make down, whatever you do. And you get the other spray. Which you don't. You use. It's used only for a few occasions, and now you're going out on a date. So, and then you get the other heels. The heels which you don't even have heels. Maybe you go to the you go to your neighbor next door, or if you're on campus, go to the hostel. Go down low. I'll show you, and you know what? Because I'm going out on a date. And you have borrowed shoes, borrowed perfume, borrowed everything, and you're going out on it. And so this guy comes and looks at you and is like, oh my goodness, this girl is off the chain, off the hook. Like, yikes! I got myself. And guess what? He really, he really doesn't know you, because the person that he is seeing is not the real you. Okay, and so sometimes when you're in a group, some of those things are not quite there. There's a way in which you see, when I'm alone with you, you work hard to impress me. Okay, but the truth is that when you're in a crowd, man, there's a way in which the crowd just brings the real you out. You're there laughing, yeah, and you're like, oh. But when you're alone with this guy, you can't yell. You know, if you think about a group of guys, if you went out and there was a game, for example, I mean, think about, say, let's go and have if you're out on a date with maybe a guy, and you say, let's go out and, okay, this is awkward, it will not happen, I don't know if it ever happens, but you say, let's go and watch a soccer match, maybe somewhere in town or whatever it is.
Oh, that happens.
I do not know. I'm yet to hear which girl say, I took my guy on a date to watch Man U, whatever. Anyway, it looks awkward. It sounds, but that is, you see, again, as my that is dating. But you see, many of us restrict dating to me going out with you to a restaurant, to a food joint, to eat, or to spend money on some expensive thing. But really, dating is a whole lot more than that. Now, when I'm in a group of guys and my team is losing, man, and I lose my temper, no! The real person comes out. So if you're in a group, then I can say, so that's how he reacts when things don't go his way. Or I can see your excitement, because you kind of get lost with the group. You're carried in the emotions of the group, and your real self comes out. So I think that if you choose to go dating and you restrict it to one-on-ones, you lose. There's a bit of the person that you never get ever to see. While that is necessary, it is sometimes good that you see the person, you have one-on-one so you can have conversation. But sometimes it is healthy for you to see them in that group, because now you see, how do they interact with other people? How do they, when someone steps on their toe, do they swear and curse and, cast the heavens down? But, if it is you, there's the two of you, if you step on his foot, he'll just smile. And is everything okay? Oh, just fine. But if it is someone he's not dating who steps on the foot, and that is the real guy. So, I think that dating, unfortunately, we have limited dating to just me and this girl going out to this food joint to eat, or to this romantic joint. And yet I think that is only a very, very minuscule aspect of dating.
I think something I've picked from what you were saying, which I totally agree with, is the fact that dating has got to be deliberate, and it has a purpose to it. It's not just about going out to have fun and eat, nice food, or laugh, or enjoy movies or whatever. It's an opportunity. Every date is an opportunity for the two of you to see each other, to test each other, to evaluate each other, to learn about each other. Who are you? What do you like? How do you respond to different situations? Can I trust you? Can I depend on you? And ideally, if both of you are two healthy individuals, and the chemistry works, healthy physically, or emotionally, emotionally actually. So if you are both well adjusted, then the dates should lead up to a more committed relationship, and that's it. That dating shouldn't be undertaken carelessly. It needs
lightly or selfishly.
No, those are the vows that you make in marriage. No, it should be deliberate, so that you get to know who the two of you are, and it should ideally work towards marriage. So you have no place. You shouldn't be going out on dates with somebody that you can't call your wife or your husband. You shouldn't be going out on dates with somebody you can't trust as a priest over your children, over your home. If you go out and realize this person is lacking here and there, they're not responsible, they don't love God, or they're not kind, or they're selfish, they're not generous, or they're indecent or vulgar, the kind of girl you couldn't take to mom and dad and introduce with all confidence at any point, then maybe you should hold off. You have no business wasting her time, because you won't take her anywhere, and if she doesn't think you're man enough to be her priest, her protector, her friend, her brother, then she's got no business wasting your time. She should let you go. So that's what it's about. And then if both of you decide and realize that you can make something beautiful out of this, and God gives it his stamp, then why not go ahead and make it more committed?
I was going to add, sorry, people talk about dating. One of the things that people often ask will be, I'm 18, I am 16, can I date at 14? Now, my issue with a 14-year-old, a 15, 16-year-old dating is, when you think about what we just been saying, that you really want to know this person. You want to understand the way they think, the way
deliberately.
At that age, you're not yet ready to understand at that level. At the teenage age, one of the things about teenagers, when you look at our lifespan, the teenage age, that bracket, we are struggling with our personal identity. That is why you'll find that when you go for like, say, a show or a concert, you'll find many teenagers dressing like a certain artist. Why? Because they're trying to associate themselves with that artist, or they will speak or walk a certain way because they are trying to affiliate themselves, because they think that is their identity. Okay, so something subconscious they're doing, but actually that tells you their need. They're trying to ask the question, who am I? So if I start dating a person who even doesn't know who they are, then that's a bit of a problem.
Recipe for disaster.
They do not know who they are. They're still trying to struggle. Do I love music? Do I love to walk? Do I like to bounce? Do I like to speak with an accent? Do I like to... what is it? Do I love fashion, or do I not love fashion? Do I love hanging with loud, rowdy guys, or do I not? This person is really still struggling with themselves. So it is an issue of maturity. And therefore, I personally would really discourage. Am I saying it can never happen? That's not what I'm saying. But I will strongly discourage it. I would really discourage and say, listen, that person is still trying to find out who they are. Once they know who they are, then you're at a better place to work with them or to relate with them, so that you do not have, as they would call them, surprises. But think about guys whose voices break. You dated the guy hits 19 and the voice goes, and you're like, oh my goodness, you had a good voice, and now why? Because it is, and you see, look at it this way. At that age, what are the things that are important to teenagers? The way you look, the way you talk, the way you walk. Those are things.
The way you smile.
The way you smile. And yet, you know what? A relationship is more than the way he smiles, the way he talks. Oh my gosh.
Seriously.
But that's and you see, the way they talk may be so cool. But you know what? When you're in a rough patch, the way he talks, when I get you through a rough patch, it's like, talk, like she was like, wah, wah, wah. So you're used to, and so the thing is, at that young age, for me, I think you're safer not dating until this person is fairly mature, and once they are fairly mature, then you get to know them for who they are, their personality, having after they have understood who they are and they're comfortable in their own. Now, the unfortunate thing, of course, is that there are some people who are in their 20s and 30s who are still struggling with their identity, you know, and that's a problem. But now, that's a different story altogether. But the point, in general terms, teenagers are still really young to start dating each other. Let them be friends, go out and hang out. Now, that's it. The 18-year-old, the 19-year-old, the 16, those guys, allow them to do the hanging out, okay? Because it is in hanging out with their friends that they get to understand the things they love, the things they dislike. But once it comes to dating, I think that is a little too early.